About messed up the audio again. Welcome to the show, guys. This is episode number 19, called Co-Creators. Starting a new thing tonight. We're going to do a show every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so we're going to start a new ritual.
6 p.m. on the East Coast.
Frequency tuned in with a sound bowl. So let's take
You got show on the inside.
So we're going to take a moment here and tune our frequencies together. This is the sound bowl here.
Pretty sweet one. And it's got a boot on the inside. Pretty nice one right there.
Nice bowl. Beautiful sound.
Custom piece. Nice. So what are we talking about tonight?
Tonight is talk about co-creation. So, since the gist of it, that on the last episode we talked about hell, and hell is being a creator God, the creator God that you are, and being unaware of this power that you possess, and on how the quantumness of your being and your thoughts manipulate the hologram, and the not knowing this and that being used against you is how we live in hell, because hell and heaven exist here on earth. I was going to name this episode Heaven, but instead I went with Co-Creation. It resonated more with me, cause co-creation is what we're here for. It's what we do constantly, whether we're aware of it or not. And if you're listening, or you're having that yearning inside of you to find truth about life, or what God is and what God's not, then then you're seeking the light, and you are becoming the co-creator that you are. And so the creators that we are, we have to become aware of this creation that we possess. And the lack of knowing of this creation has had us in slavery. We've been in shackles that you can't see but you can feel. And so the feeling of those shackles, everyone realizes that there's more to life than just going to college and getting a job and fucking getting a little house and
a little white picket fence with the 1.5 kids and a truck and a minivan.
You know,
some people actually strive for that.
Yeah.
A lot more people than probably half of the people.
That's right, and that is that's how you are a slave, and the fact that you don't understand how if you're not controlling your mind, then someone else is doing it for you very easily. Because the way the quantumness works of the hologram, we've talked about many times, is everything is a frequency. Your frequency, everything you see, even the desk and the microphone, is all a frequency. Everything's atoms vibrating faster or slower, which makes things more or less dense. That broken down is just a frequency. We are light frequencies, and this is a container, aka a vehicle, an avatar for this CoCreation hologram that we all partake in together, which is really not real. It is just many multiple expressions of love light from the center of all creation, which you could coin as God or prime creator. It's just the one thing that surrounds us all and that we all are.
It's connected to everything.
Everything. It's like a fish in the water. You know, a fish knows nothing outside of the water. It is completely surrounded by water, and it is a majority part of water. And then that is the same thing that the frequency that creates is. It surrounds everything, and it is everything, and you are that. Therefore, you are God. You are master creators. And everything you think about, let come into your mind, is creating something, whether it be good or whether it be bad. And so the avatar driver, or the higher self, you know, it doesn't have a sex, and there's no separation of it. The higher self is the one source frequency, and the only duality exists is this hologram, but we are still all one, and the hologram is not real.
It's just the expression of experience.
Everything is just an expression for the experience.
Pretty much.
You know, and so, you know, realizing that you were never born, so you can never die, as Christopher Tim says, you know, trying to seek the light in yourself, like, everything throughout history has pointed to or written about, whether it's been misconstrued or not. It's what the Hindu teaches, what the Buddhism teaches, it's what the Bible teaches. It's all Gnostic teachings. It's the knowing, the seeking of the knowledge within. Gnosticism. You know, Jesus was a Gnostic. He wasn't Christian. There was no such thing as Christianity. He would be quite surprised to see how what he taught had been misconstrued to manipulate people with fear.
And they even got his name wrong. You know, you'd be pissed about that. that's what I'd be pissed about. First off, like, y'all didn't get the name right for one thing. But
it's kind of ironic, you know, because Christ is the consciousness. You know, Jesus is the pattern. Christ is the consciousness. You know, another word for the frequency that we're talking about is Christ consciousness. You know, the connectivity of everything. And so basically everything is conscious because that frequency, that creation frequency is conscious. So everything is conscious. Even what we would call here in the 3D inanimate objects are still conscious. Everything is...
Especially forests, they're all connected by, like, hardwired together.
Yeah,
until a hardwired system, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's...
With the roots and stuff, they're all just intertwined. They say that, you know, they can all communicate.
I think I just read an article where they're finding out that they can actually communicate other than just, you know, through being connected with like a telepathic type of, you know, that they're finding out that there's like a quantum consciousness communication. So, you know, everything quantum is starting to break down everything to, you know,
different things just connect everything. Just like, you know, maybe a mushroom spore may connect a dead tree to, you know, be a co-inhabitant, you know, whatever you call it. You know, where they live off each other or whatever, you know, and connect it all.
Yeah, so we've been living in hell because we are co-creators and we haven't been co-creating like we know we should have. And so, you know, that was the end of the old era of being controlled and living in hell on earth. You know, that's what we all come here for, the here and the now. All you guys listening, all you guys, you are here to create the heaven on earth. Heaven is a mind frame, just like hell is a mind frame.
So you create your own mind frame, which creates your own reality.
That's right.
It's that simple. So it's everything.
So being a duplication of this one source frequency, being that one source frequency, you are master creators, and therefore you have all the knowledge and you have all the power, and it all resides inside of you. And the most beautiful part of the expression of the one source frequency is to duplicate itself for an experience without knowing, to refine itself and to love and connect itself is the whole purpose.
Because if you do know all that, then it wouldn't even be it wouldn't even be the experience, you know what I mean? That's what you just lost.
And so you know, the theory of in the Bible, before they partook of the tree of knowledge, that's what it was. There was no seeking to find nothing. It was just harmony of, you know, just existing. No unique expressions. You know, just kind of like an animal.
Yeah.
You know, just grazes, not seeking. An animal isn't concerned with who created it or where it come from. That is
finding a cool waterfall to jump off, or going to the ocean and getting a boat, or flying a plane. Or
when
a whole nother level.
When the dog's wandering around, he's really just sniffing smells, and see where that cat went. He's not really like, ooh, look at this pretty flower. I'm gonna lay here and look at this flower for a couple of hours, and try to tune in with my inner light and my inner sound. He's following his nose to find some food, and then if he's not doing that, he's finding a spot to do his business. And then if he's not doing that, he's trying to find a soft spot to lay down if he's not trying to chew or chase something.
That's about it.
Us as humans, we are so good at creating that it's been so heavily manipulated that we are slaves. We're slaves and didn't even know it. It's like the pinnacle of slavery is to be a slave and to think that you're free.
I swear you ain't a slave. You gotta know you gotta first know you're a slave.
That's right.
Then this goes from there. But
and so how you might not understand that you're a slave is the fact that you are that creator, and you are being manipulated by everything you see and do, is what makes you that slave. And so being tuned in to the little box in the living room, or
a little box,
being tuned in to the broadcast off the radio, or even subliminal messages that you read and see in newspapers and magazines with symbolism, or
anywhere you look,
suggestive photography. Not realizing that
is program right then whenever you see it.
It's programming you because you are a creator, and not knowing that you're a creator because your history has been manipulated, and you've been lied to be subservient, and you've been taught scarcity and fear, and that's what's been used to make you a slave. The religion has enslaved you with fear of hell. Politics have enslaved you with fear of war and terrorism.
Fear of everything, bro. Fear of shooting up the schools and all type of shit now.
Taking all your money.
Taking your guns, taking your money, taking you down.
Taking all your money to spread war and fear.
Shooting you down the street.
And then
or whatever, shit happens. Shit's getting real.
So these are how you've been manipulated into being a slave, is with fear. And so realizing that you are a master creator, and that this isn't real, and you can change everything right here by changing yourself, kind of makes you uncontrollable, and that is how you break the shackles and become truly free. A truly free man doesn't have to be told that he's free. True freedom comes from the knowing that nothing can happen to you regardless, because you are an expression of the most powerful creation frequency that there is.
Oops.
And so turning off your TV and disconnected from the radio.
You should try to take your shoes off sometime and walk around. barefooted too, right? Outside and sit and at the river.
Yeah, grounding, earthing, or being as we were when we were indigenous.
Yeah.
Especially people who live in the city.
That's important.
You guys go find some drive and find some nature, because that's the one of the best frequency tuning there is, because you're getting away from all of this static, all this fucking bullshit.
You got natural sounds, natural light,
all these interference frequencies that's around you,
fresh oxygen,
people, computers, cell phones, vehicles. There's just so many interfacing frequencies with you all the time, especially considering everything is frequencies. But now we have all these frequency emitting
devices,
and so
GPS and satellite internet.
The airwaves are being bombarded constantly. So you're being bombarded by all types of electromagnetic frequencies.
It can be pulled from the air with the antenna, so you're picking it up. You just ain't got the antenna. It's still in the air and it's strong as hell.
That's what
tune into it. That's all it is.
That's what's so awesome about us, is that we are receivers and senders. We emit a frequency with our thoughts, much less our actions and our words. But our thoughts alone affect everything. And so being a receiver and a sender, you don't realize what you're picking up, because you are such a great receiver, and your subconscious is picking up more than your conscious mind ever could. They showed plenty of things in videos and stuff where they were sending subliminal messages, whether it be like a little flash across the screen or something that you couldn't see, that you wouldn't even notice.
I seen that. They did it.
And so and then sounds
might be a cheeseburger or something.
You might not can hear a sound with your ear, but you can play sounds low enough where you don't actually hear it with your ear, but your subconscious mind is still picking it up. So the whole time that you're listening to the radio, it could be saying anything you could ever imagine at a frequency that you couldn't even hear, and it'd be subconsciously affecting your mind.
It'd be very effective, wouldn't it?
So just imagine like advertisers, I bet you they take the mecca of it all, and there's probably there's symbolism in it that manipulates your mind, and then there's certain colors in there that's going to manipulate your mind. The logo itself is there to manipulate the sounds of the melodies, but then they could still be playing things that you don't hear, saying buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me.
Or you need this.
Yeah, and it could be playing and you're not hearing it, but your subconscious mind is hearing it. And then there could be flashes of stuff in between the frames
so
that you don't see.
That you don't actually think.
Yeah, because you only see. Is it?
It's like one something of a second.
How many frames per second?
It's like something like 16 or 32 or something.
Well, 30. Is like a medium. If you got if you got a good processor and shit, you can do like 60 on your computer. So, but I think I was reading. I would have to look that up, but there's a range in there of how many frames per second that you see anyway, and so sneaking one in that you don't see is
not hard.
Is real easy.
It's not hard whenever you know what you're doing.
And then you have the whole fact that this is fucking fake anyway. And so
on top of that,
your perception is
your reality.
Is your reality. That's what you're making with your thoughts. And then if you're not controlling your thoughts, someone is controlling them for you. What's up, Christopher? How's it going?
Perception or thought, your perception is your reality.
That's right. And so if you're not controlling your thoughts, then someone
they'll take over the wheel, for sure.
Someone out there in the mass or in the family or in the belief system is controlling your mind. And so becoming the creators that you are is a death.
Yeah.
A death of everything. Every belief system you've ever been told, everything that you've been showed.
You might have been showed a flash of what was really true, but then now you know all that little shit that you didn't pay attention to is what you should have been paying attention to. You know what I mean?
And so letting go
Shattering
of your ego and letting go of all that you have been taught about separation, whether it's politics or religion, and just breaking down to find out who you really are. And so that is the death of your worldly self.
I would call it more of a birth than death.
It's the death of the old
birth.
you and it's a death and a rebirth.
It's really the birth that's just exciting, the more exciting, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. Change is exciting. To me, a lot of people are scared of change.
Right now, it's exciting. It feels more exciting to me too. More than ever to just, you know what I'm saying? Just not be scared of the change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of any kind.
And so, a good way of how you're gonna not be scared is, realizing that there's nothing to gain or lose but an experience.
Yeah. So you gotta enjoy it.
And so, if you're not controlling your experience, then someone out there is
gonna try to break you down.
Is messing with that experience or interfering with that frequency.
Yeah.
And so, and by how I mean that is, your belief systems and how you taught or you were raised or what you were told in school about right and wrong as far as existence goes. And so you're not imperfect whatsoever. You are the expression of the one source frequency.
Yeah.
That is perfectness. And so finding that perfectness inside of you and realizing that this is an experience and forgiving yourself for not knowing that you were creators, and hitting the reset is the death and the resurrection. So hitting a reset on your belief systems and what you thought was real and wasn't real because someone told you that, and then seeking that inner truth that is within you, because being a duplication of this one source frequency that makes you a creator is all-knowing. And so all the knowledge and all the power resides within inside yourself, and the realizing of that and the seeking of that is Gnosticism. It is what Jesus taught us, what Buddha teaches. It is how you find heaven, and the opposite of that, of not seeking the knowledge and seeking material gain and all of these things of the worldly things, is how you live in hell and how you're controlled.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of how it's taught, but it's just not quite as complicated And it's hella not as scary as it is definitely taught. I mean, being a young kid and being told that I was gonna burn in hell if I didn't do this Lord's Prayer and accept the Lord Jesus Christ in my heart as Lord and Savior, then I was gonna die and burn in hell forever, eternity in torment. And I remember crying my eyes out at an altar in a small little church, thinking my parents were going to burn in hell, because I wasn't going to burn in hell anymore.
Must have made you feel scared.
I played the game. I said the prayer and did the accepting of the Lord in my heart. Hell, I've been baptized in a Methodist church. I've been baptized in the Baptist church. So I'm good to go, guys. I'm covered all my bases. But thinking that is hell, and that is manipulation to the worst degree, to be forcing this down your kid's throat, and to tell a kid that they're not perfect it's pretty jacked up also. And so if you're being conditioned as a very young age, as you grow up, whether it be the extreme Christian or any extreme belief systems out there.
Come back talking about George Washington and the British Army and shit. Know what you're talking about?
Then my phone died.
Just the most random shit you get taught.
But I forgot.
Your phone died.
No, that was irrelevant.
Oh, you can look at my phone if you want.
What was I talking about?
You talking about belief systems and shit.
Also, the most extreme of either any belief system creates extremism, and extreme belief systems as what's been used to manipulate us over many thousands of years now.
Maybe there was a couple hundred years though. We snuck a little something in there during like the Hermetic years, or like the somewhere around the Renaissance or Age of Enlightenment.
Yeah, well, the Bible itself, whenever it was translated, from what I understand, the scrolls are Gnostic teachings, and so they got the one God type of idea right, but the manipulation of that really changed the whole ball game. The seeking of that one God outside of yourself is how you are manipulated, like straight off the gate. That one little simple thing of seeking within versus seeking without is a world of difference. And so needing to go to the Catholic priest and confess your sins, and him to tell you to say a couple Hail Marys and you're good to go. Thinking that you have to do anything with your money or anything whatsoever to appease a God, which is portrayed as like a man or a person, but it's not any of those. It's a frequency. It's the frequency of the most compassionate love that you could ever imagine. That is the one source frequency. It is the joy of love that is so intense that your body vibrates, and that you just have a giant smile on your face and tears want to run down your eyes, and you feel like you could float away. That is about as close as you could get to what that one source frequency is that you're a duplication of. And that's what you all are. You are that most loving expression of creation energy that there is. And so you are magnificent creators. And the new age, the new era, the prophecy of all this was what was predicted in the Bible as the second coming of Christ, which is a coming of Christ consciousness, or a higher consciousness, which is a higher vibration, which is a new reality, the heaven on earth, that we all are here to express and co-create by finding that one source love frequency within inside of ourself, and finding out how to express that with our creation power, which would be a passion. What are you passionate about? What do you feel burning inside of you on what you want to do with your creation power? Your creation power is being used because you're a slave. You're no different than the battery in the Matrix. You are a battery for the system, and your creation power is being drained by the enslavers. And so exiting the Matrix and changing the game, which I have 2 episodes. Those are called. It's a couple hours of what you might want to try and do if you're ready to change the game or exit the Matrix. You want to find out what those are, check that out. But the Matrix that we are all in is created within our mind, and so that passion that burns inside of you, if you can find out how to create with that compassion inside, whether it be art, music, acting, gardening, whatever you enjoy to do with your free time.
And art goes in a lot of different ways too.
Oh, art is everything is art. I mean, really everything about creation is art. So art is the expression of creation. Of any kind. I mean, art is this little freaking notepad that I got from Office Max, and this is cool. It's shit. It's art to me, but it's just a pad now. Everything is art. Just like these rocks I stacked up in front of me. That's art.
True.
Talking about what you're passionate about, that's art. Writing about what you're passionate about, that's art.
Doing what you want to do is art in itself.
Your existence is art, because you are creation in every second. At every moment you are creating
the present moment.
And so there is no future, there is no past, there is only the now, and you have complete control over it.
The rest is non-existent or memory.
Yeah, everything an echo.
Yeah.
Christopher Timms referred to it as an echo. That was a good one. It's like living in the echo of what you've been taught or what you thought you were. Alan Watts was talking about this one, reincarnation, or maybe it was something that I was watching, but reincarnating is staying the same, and so you're not reincarnated, you're never the same. You're not the same when you walk outside in the morning as you was yesterday. You're not the same ever. Matter is always in motion. Everything is always changing. And so the way to live in heaven and to manipulate your creation power is realizing that everything is always in motion, and that you have that control over that creation with everything you do. I mean, and so we really don't.
There's not a box that puts shit in.
No, there's definitely no box, other than the one box that's on your shoulders that contains your brain matter.
That's what it comes down to, breaking out of that box.
The box is the belief system and the political systems and
the teachings and things.
All the mechanism that's been used to control you. That is the box.
Psychological fucking warfare on your brain, which is what TV is.
Yeah, at every corner, at every way. They got Gwen towers now, where they, they're using other types of frequencies to.
I told you, man, now on those apps in Charlotte, when you go buy them, they pick up what the most people in the upcoming crowd is likes on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'll put that thing up. It might be Charlotte Hornets, might be a concert, it might be racing. But yeah, they're it's highly advanced.
Well, a lot of that's got to do, with data mining off your phone and stuff like that.
It's just amazing how fast it is, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The speed of it is incredible to me.
And so, science has proven that you are master creators.
Yeah.
They have applied...
Master creators holding down master creators. Hey, do some shit.
You'll have that when you're asleep.
Yeah.
It's the age of waking up, the golden age, the new era, the age of Aquarius. I'm not the only person out here saying the same stuff. There's many who have become before me, and there were many who will come after me that talks about the same stuff.
Well, it sounds kind of crazy, but it's just it's out there.
The best part is there more and more of it now, and so that shows that there's a great awakening. There's a shift happening. People are understanding that we are the creators.
Yeah.
And so, hi Sherry, how's it going? So yeah, if they're using the radio to control you, you can still have your music, just pick your music, be conscious. Becoming the creators that we are is becoming conscious, alright? So, consciousness is the now, the knowing of the now is consciousness. There's a consciousness grid which we're all attached to, which is that one source frequency, which is every experience that's ever happened, ever. Is just the oneness, the one source frequency, the love light. That is the consciousness grid. The connection to the oneness that we are is conscious. And so in the hologram here, becoming consciousness is becoming conscious is becoming aware of what you are and what you're doing. And so you can consciously listen to music. You can get an MP3 player, play it off your phone, so you know that there is a less likely chance that you're being manipulated subliminally. You can pick your programming on TV. Also,
tune in to the next program. Damn, man.
And so you can pick your programming. They don't call it programming for no reason. But I mean, you can go without advertisements. It's 2018. There's multiple outlets of information out there. Becoming conscious of what outlet of information is going in and out of you is how you change this creation. Is simply by changing yourself and your own actions to the things that are going on. And so we don't have to be constant reactions to everything. Becoming conscious becoming conscious of your actions is picking how you want to react, picking the frequency that you emit with your thoughts, controlling the thoughts that are coming in, controlling the frequency that you're emitting, the vibration you're emitting. That is becoming conscious of your actions. And you do that by, if you like to watch programs, well, consciously program yourself. Don't just go all willy-nilly on the public broadcasting and, sitting there feeding yourself with poison, with drooling, your mouth wide open, your eyes wide open, just sitting there watching your favorite program and watching all these commercials which are manipulating you and teaching you fucking promoting fear and materialism and all these
a lot of
things.
self-image problems also.
Yeah.
Make people feel bad about themselves. They buy a bunch of beauty shit, diet shit, all this bullshit. It's a fucking market for it.
And so,
huge market.
Becoming conscious and understanding that you are the creator and not letting yourself being manipulated subconsciously and consciously choosing your thoughts and consciously choosing your actions and consciously choosing what you do with your time, consciously choosing what goes in your mind, consciously choosing the food that goes in your body, consciously choosing any type of material that goes into your brain or out of your brain. That is changing everything by being those conscious actions and then seeking the consciousness inside of yourself, which is the consciousness of everything, that one source frequency, that love light in the center of the universe, or however you would like to portray it or see it, is the realization that you are that duplication of that, and that is how you will let your light shine, and that's how you manipulate the hologram, and that's how you change the frequencies. That's how you control the frequency that you're emitting, and that's how you emit a higher frequency. And science is starting to prove so much more now that that frequency is so highly powerful. The quantum mechanics of your capability is mind-boggling, and there's a lot of teachings on it, which, people, just about everything that has come out of someone's mind exists in some shape or form on some plane of existence. Being the creators that you are, you have created all of these expressions, just as the main expression created you and I as an expression with just the thought.
Yeah.
We are merely basically a synapsis, just the spark in the giant brain of the one source frequency, which we would portray as God or prime creator. And therefore right here we are a duplication of that, surrounded and a part and connected to all of that. There is no separation. Because you are all master creators. And so waking up to that fact and changing your conscious actions and how you affect this quantum hologram that we call life, and that's how you're letting your light shine, is doing more effect than you can ever imagine. One, you have people that watch you and see what you do, and once you become a master creator and you start creating all this good because you found out, quote unquote, the secret, which there's a movie called The Secret, which is all about affirmations, which work because you are creators. That's why prayer works, because you are emitting that a certain frequency, using that love, compassion to want to help someone, then that prayer is going to work, because that's how powerful you are.
Just because of the intention behind it.
That's right. I mean, you can heal yourself. You are master healers. The medical community is not in the business of healing anybody. They're in the business of covering up symptoms and selling you drugs. The medical community is basically a giant drug dealer that sucks at their job.
Yeah. All the time making up new stuff.
And so, think about how many commercials you see on TV about those drugs that I'm talking about right now, the ones that are killing everybody, the big opiate, all of the big opiate epidemic.
Psychoactive drugs too. Prozac, fucking Lexapro, goddamn. That ain't even counting the street drugs or whatever. Then you got the methadone clinics. Get you on one to get you off one thing, put you on another.
I know, it's insane, right?
That's like going to the dope house every week or every day. That's exactly what it is.
Sorry, I thought I was gonna quit recording because of the space. I was gonna make sure the audio wasn't gonna quit recording. What was I talking about?
Expression.
Oh, no.
Being a co-creator, you manipulate everything with your intention.
Yeah.
Your ideas.
Oh, yeah. And so...
idea.
Yeah, those... you've been subliminalized by the worst is the drug dealers. which is always trying to sell you a medicine. And so you are the placebo effect. That's where I was going. There's proof that you are master creators and that you can do anything. You can heal yourself.
Yeah.
If you go see a medicine man or a shaman or a Reiki specialist or anybody like that, a real one is going to let you know that they're not healing you. You are healing yourself. That's what the placebo effect is. It's so hard to try the medications anyway to see if they work because of the placebo effect alone. People thinking that sugar pill, they give them a sugar pill and they think that they're going to be healed, and they heal themselves.
Yeah.
And so imagine how powerful you are to be able to heal yourself with your thoughts and your intentions. And if you watch some of the previous episodes, I've talked about how they've studied.
You seen that new one that they did?
What with
they did 2 plants in the school, and one of them, it said bully this plant, and one said love this plant, and they put it in the exact same little tank, and one of them was dead as hell, and one of them was like thriving. And one of them would be like, "You're so ugly, won't you just die?" And then the other one would be like, "Oh, you're so beautiful, I love your petals." And the kids would do it. And then they was teaching them but it really worked. I mean,
of course it works. I mean, you can do the experiment at your house alone. You can look up online and see the water studies where the intention on the molecule of water manipulated on how it was frozen and how it looked. With good intention, it was a beautiful flake. It made sacred geometry, and then with negative intentions, it was all distorted and it didn't make anything. And you can just go get 2 bags and put rice and water in it and write love on one and write hate on the other, and watch the one that says hate on it. It's going to write faster. I mean, I don't understand. This is elementary grade experimentation that proves that you are a creator with your intentions. I mean, this is what they taught you in elementary school, guys. It is really that simple. And so if you're unhappy with yourself and your looks, it's because you were manipulated by someone or something that has told you that you're supposed to look or be a certain way. The only way you're supposed to be is how you feel inside of yourself.
They try to pimp you for money and also make you feel better. At the same time.
That's like saying you're ugly, you stink, and your mama dresses you funny. But
I got you clothes, the deodorant, and the shit to say the other shit, whatever, cologne or something.
But I got some cologne and some clothes, and we could put enough makeup on your face to make you look all right.
Yeah. It's just the constant, constant battles.
And then the religion has told you that you were imperfect and that you were a sinner. And so you're just kind of fucked in the mind off the gate. You've been mind fucked. Sorry, guys. We've all been mind fucked for thousands of years. So I'm out here trying to tell you how to unmind fuck yourself and realize that you are a master creator and that your thoughts and intentions create everything. It is super, super, super simple. Like I told you, this is elementary school science. Go get you 2 bags of rice,
powerful,
and put you some water in it, and write love on one and hate on the other, and then watch it. Or go buy you 2 plants like they done at the elementary school, and fucking tell one you love it and tell one you hate it, and water them exactly the same, and watch the other one not survive or not grow nowhere near the other
nowhere
one.
Near.
I mean, it is
day and night.
That is elementary.
Same nutrients, same air, same light.
As elementary grade science that proves that you are a creator with your intentions and your thoughts and your words. And realizing that, and realizing that your thoughts and intentions and words have been used against you by everything you've been taught, and step into your big boy and big girl creator's shoes and take control of your thoughts and your actions and change yourself to change the world and to let your light shine, to manipulate the hologram that we call life, which is just a game, the game of life.
Yep. Well put.
And so, get out in nature and see creation, and disconnect from all of this and just sit out there and think about how you've created everything that you've went through in some shape or form, and realize that it's okay, and forgive yourself of that for not knowing that you were that powerful. And at like every new second is a new year, take that opportunity to step into your creator shoes and say it's a bright new day and I can change everything by changing me, because I am the I am. I am God. I am the creator. I am the one source frequency. I am a bridge. I am a conduit. I am the living light and the living word made flesh. This is what you are. And so go out and realize this. Take some time wherever you are and go out into nature and by yourself and realize and think about these thoughts for any amount of time that you possibly can, or just go into your bedroom and turn off all the electronics close to you and do that, and realize that you are all creators and that everything you do is creating, whether it be good or whether it be bad.
That's it, man. That's it.
But that is all a sham anyway, because there is no good and there is no bad. The good and the bad is still just a perception. And so you are manipulating this hologram by your perception. That's why realizing that you are the perception master, and that your perception is what has made you what you think you are. Your perception of how life is, your perception of what religion and politics should be. That is the things you have to let go of and to control, to be the creator that you are. Do we have any questions or comments? Yes, as you Sherry, as you tune in to a higher frequency, or that love frequency, or that one source frequency, the more you tune in to that, the more you're going to be, the more you're going to not vibe with lower frequencies or vibrations, which are negative talk or negative thoughts or negative promotion or of any kind. You're just going to be more super sensitive, becoming more in touch with yourself and your frequency. Alright, guys. Thanks for joining us tonight. You guys can see all the older episodes or rewatch this one on YouTube by searching Higher Frequencies, or you can go to our webpage at higherfrequencies5d.com and catch all of our previous episodes in video or audio format. You can catch the most 10 latest episodes on iTunes and Google Play from your mobile devices. And Facebook also has our videos, but the audio is best because some of the episodes are long and you kind of listen to them as you go or drive around or work or cut grass or whatever. Whatever you do to have time to listen to somebody chit chat about these types of things. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight. We will be starting to be here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Instead of kind of being sporadic as we have been. At one point we're doing 2 a week, and then it kind of got a little less here and there. So I decided we'll just go ahead and decide to do 1 a week at the same time, at the same place. But completely different. So I'll be back here at the same time, but maybe not the same place. We're gonna be changing that up. We're gonna see about doing like one from a waterfall or at the beach or whatever. I know we're gonna do an episode one day in front of the pyramids. It's gonna be sweet. Hopefully you guys will be there too. So catch us next Tuesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
6 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. West Coast Time.
That's right. Isn't that right?
I think so.
I think that's right.
It's 3 hours behind.
That's right. So guys, I love you all. Thanks for joining. Let's all tune in to that one source frequency.
Peace out.
Peace and love. Namaste.